There isn't a person on the planet who hasn't heard of Starbucks, the largest coffee shop in the world. However, did you know that the former CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, was born and raised in poverty, barely making ends meet, and sometimes when things got really tough, he even had to sell his own blood? This is the inspirational story of how Schultz went from living in poverty and fighting for survival to building Starbucks into a $100 billion company. And he was just a young boy who never stopped dreaming. This is the reason you shouldn't give up either. Howard came from a very poor family and lived in a small one-bedroom apartment from a public housing project as a child. His father was a truck driver and Army veteran who worked at low-paying jobs for the most of his life. When Howard was just 7 years old, his father fell on some ice while delivering diapers, breaking his leg. As a result, he lost his job, and his family struggled to make ends meet. With no savings or health insurance, his family was having financial difficulties. One of the most significant moments in Howard's life was seeing his father, crushed, defeated, and hopeless as he lay on the couch. It was among the most significant turning points in Howard's life. To escape from these issues, Howard would often sit on the building's staircase, daydreaming of a better life. Howard played football in high school and received an athletic scholarship to attend college, but he chose to major in communications instead of sports, so in order to pay for college, he had to take out loans, work several odd jobs to make ends meet, and occasionally even sell his blood. After graduating from college, Howard worked at a ski lodge and as a salesman. But he really wanted to work at Starbucks, which at the time had 3 owners and only sold coffee beans. At the age of 29, after a year of persuading the owners to hire him, he was finally hired by Starbucks. While on a business trip to Italy, he wandered into an Italian coffee shop and was intrigued by his experience there. He was astounded to learn that the owners of the coffee shops actually knew their customers and even called them by name while serving them coffee. Excited, he returned to the United States to try to persuade the owners of Starbucks to accept these amazing new ideas, but the owners turned him down. Howard left Starbucks to start his own coffee business. He created his own coffee company called Il Giornale, but he lacked the funds to do so. Throughout the year that he spent attempting to gather money, he spoke to 242 people, and 217 of them declined. Try to imagine how discouraging it can be to hear repeatedly that your idea isn't worth investing in. It was a very humble moment, but eventually enough people believed in his vision and decided to invest in his business. He worked incredibly hard to open his first coffee shop so he could finally put his ideas into practice and replicate the experience he had in Italy. After a few years, Starbucks went bankrupt, and Howard bought the company and became CEO. He rebranded his company with the Starbucks name, which has since grown to over 30,000 locations worldwide with a market capitalization of over $100 billion. Howard offers advice on how to go through life. Either pick yourself up and take responsibility for your actions, or blame a lot of people and wallow in self-pity. I think life is just a series of near misses, and a lot of what we attribute to luck is actually not luck at all. It involves taking action, taking ownership of your future, seeing opportunities where others fail to see them, and pursuing your vision. I firmly believe that the reason I am here is because I have big dreams, dreams that others have told me are impossible. I can't give you a magic formula for success or a step-by-step guide to reaching the pinnacle of business success, but my own experience tells me that it is possible to start from scratch and accomplish far more than I ever could have imagined. If you wait for ideal circumstances, though, you'll never get anything done. But the good thing is you can make a decision and take control now. Remember something, a year from now you may wish you had started today.